Hey everyone, it's Mr. Flying Pig HD here. Nobody's actually in here at the moment, but it's a live video. What do you expect? I've just started. How's it going? It's Friday. Come on, my son. Get in there. Really happy about that. Thank Christ this week's over with. Absolutely gash-tastic week. For me, anyway, personally, but it's for the weekend now, so, And yes, I am wearing freaking Slazenger, and yes, there is a stain down the front of it. What are you going to do about it? I just wanted to have a little chat about the game coming up at the weekend. FA Cup game against Chelsea. Really looking forward to it. Hi everyone who's tuning in here. Bearat, Alex Rincon, top lad from the USA there. Nice for you to join us. But yeah, United Chelsea at the weekend. Huge game in the FA Cup. Jose Mourinho against his old team. How far have Manchester United come since that 4-0 drubbing at Stamford Bridge against Chelsea last time in the league? That was an absolutely horrendous result. That was a personal blot on our season so far, which hasn't been terrible. I mean, okay, yeah, we're languishing down there in the league, but it's a step up in terms of the football we're playing, in terms of being more like Manchester United. So there are a lot of positives from the season, even though we are still in sixth bloody place. But this is a chance to get one over on those tossers, Chelsea. Over the years, they've been a real thorn in our side. They have been our bogey team these last few years. They've pretty much battered us, over the last few years. And that's shocking to say, because Chelsea are always one of those classic sides who were a cup team, basically. They finished third and fourth in the league. They were shit, and then you never heard from them. But since this oil baron's come in, they have had their way with us quite often. Certainly since Sir Alex Ferguson's gone anyway. Of course, Zlatan Ibrahimovic is not going to be playing it, which is a huge blow to us, because he is literally been our best player this season. He scored so many goals for us, I can't even count them. In the 20s in all competitions. The guy scored a ridiculous number for us. So he's going to be a massive loss. But this is the time for Marcus Rashford. Marcus Rashford is the answer here. Is Jose going to start him? Is he going to play him? He could do a number of things. He could play Mourinho up there. He could probably do that if he could register himself in time. But no, he could play Rooney up there. He could play Rashford up there. He could play Martial up there. He's got options in terms of who's going to be filling in for Zlatan Ibrahimovic in that striking position. Personally, I'd love to see Rashford give it the nod, and I think he can perform. He showed in his first breakout season that no matter the age, no matter the level of experience, he can come in against the big teams and have a big impact. I think he scored against City in a very important tie right early on in his career. So, he's a man who I think can live up to the big occasion, and he's just a natural born finisher. So if you get that lad through on goal, and by God has he got some freaking pace, so it should be easier than most to get him clean through on goal, then he's going to put it in the back of the net. That's just, he's like a young Mancunian Chicharito. So it's gutting that we don't have Zlatan, but it's quite interesting to see what will happen with Mourinho's selection and who will take the opportunity. Hopefully somebody does come in and actually grasp that opportunity. Maybe it's a blessing in disguise also for Zlatan Ibrahimovic to have a little rest. He's been played a ridiculous number of minutes this season. He's scored a ridiculous number of goals, but it probably wouldn't hurt him to have a little break and just chill out for a couple of games. So maybe that elbow was pretty decent in the end there. Couple of players who could be coming back into the side. Luke Shaw may be playing this game. Who knows? Maybe not. He's been left out last couple of games. Wayne Rooney's not featured for a little while. Could he start this game? I doubt it. I think Wayne Rooney is going to feature in the game. He's going to play in this game, but probably from the bench. And I think you'll see... Let me just do my team selection right now, actually. I personally think Mourinho's going to play De Gea in goal. He's going to give Luke Shaw the nod. Don't know why, I just got a feeling. I think he's going to play Bailey and Jones because he just absolutely bums Jones. And then Valencia, that's going to be our back four. And then I think he'll just stick with Pogba, Herrera, Mata in the sort of number 10 role, Mkhitaryan on the right, Martial on the left, and Marcus Rashford up top. That's what I think he's going to do. What do you think about that? Get your team selections in below in the comments section, of course, after this video is published, to let me know what you think is going to be the selection. But it's an interesting time. We've got to play a team who are flying high in the Premier League. They're on the verge of setting all sorts of records, this Chelsea side. They've been brilliant this year. You've got to give it to them. Antonio Conte, he's really been a catalyst for them this season. They were shocking last season under Mourinho. They slipped right down. Conte's come in, and okay, it's not the sort of job that Ranieri did at Leicester, where he's taken a poor club right to the top. But just to get any club to the top, yet let alone one that finished, 13th or whatever last season. I know that was just a freak sort of season for them. But even so, his impact is undeniable. They're flying high at the moment. But how far have this United side come since the last time we faced them? How far have we come? I think we've come pretty far. But the problem is, as I was saying, we don't have Zlatan in the side. That's a huge blow for us. He's our sort of key man in terms of winning matches and scoring goals. So if you don't have Zlatan on your side, we're fucked basically, aren't we? I've written down a couple of stats here because they're very interesting. They make for interesting reading. I'm going to share them with you. It says United have won 7 of their last 9 FA Cup ties against Chelsea, but we've lost the last 2, including the 2007 final and round 6 in 2013. So, going back in the FA Cup, not that it really means anything because you've got to go on form and where the teams are currently, but United tend to do reasonably well in the FA Cup against Chelsea. Mourinho, he's won 4 of his last 6 games against teams he previously managed. Interesting stat for you there, very pointless. Chelsea, they're unbeaten in their last 11 meetings with Manchester United in all competitions, right? Shit. That's absolutely terrible. When you actually think about that, that's awful. So they've won 6 games, they've drawn 5 games in our last 11 meetings with Chelsea. The last time came in 2012 when we beat them 3-2. Oh shit, that's depressing, man. But there's time for change. This is where this FA Cup game comes in, because it's like a final. This is a huge game. Anybody can win this. We've just got to outperform them on the night. Yes, in the league they're flying. We are United. If we perform to the level that we can perform to, then I think we've got a real shot of beating this Chelsea side. So that statistic, we've not beaten Chelsea in our last 11 meetings in all competitions. It's a horrendous statistic, but I don't really think it means anything. This is a different United. This is United with Mourinho in charge. This is United who are progressing. There's also that personal sort of element to it with Mourinho and Chelsea. You better bet your bottom dollar this bloke wants to win this fucking game. More than any of us want to win this game, Mourinho wants to win this game. Let's have a look at this stat as well. The last stat I've got for you. United have scored just 3 times in the last 9 clashes with Chelsea and never more than once in any of those games. Oh no, that's not good. And if anything, they're sort of very even better defensively under Antonio Conte this season. So that's a bit of a worry. But as I was saying a moment ago, it doesn't really matter. This is a different United. It's a different Chelsea. We're going to come together here and we're going to see who's got the biggest bollocks, basically. So that pretty much does it. I think the game's going to be a tough game. Of course it is. Either of the sides can come out on top. I do have a feeling that Manchester United are going to just take it. I know what you're thinking. This guy's biased, and maybe I am, but I've got a feeling we're going to win the game 2-1. And my picks for the goal scorers are Martial in the first half and Wayne Rooney in the second half from the bench. That's right, put your money on that, lads. 2-1 to Manchester United to see us through to complete our Mickey Mouse treble of the Europa League, the FA Cup and the League Cup. Let me know what you guys think about it. Please do get your thoughts and opinions in below. It's been a pleasure. Actually, what I'll do just for a couple of minutes, because I don't have much time right now, is I'll take a couple of questions. I'll read a couple of comments. Zach McLaughlin says, Chelsea, get ready to be fucked. I like your style. And, pretty offensive, but it's this sort of channel, so I appreciate it. Yes, I hope you're right there, whatever your name was. I've already forgotten it. Sorry, mate. It's been a long day, and they don't stay up on here. So there we go, I think I'm going to leave it there because there's just various levels of offensive comments coming through right now. Oh, Kevin Ashford's in the house. Big up, Kevin. Check out Kevin's channel, Van Cam, Kevin Ashford 7 on YouTube. Guy's hilarious, top lad. He says, 1-0 to United with Pogba getting the goal. Mourinho to slide on his knees celebrating. Sounds good to me, Kev. I hope that's right. Don Vito, he says Pig Rooney is going to start, mate. He could well start. This could be the time where Mourinho gives him the nod. He's a big game player, or at least he's the sort of captain of Manchester United. And if Zlatan's not on the pitch, perhaps we could do with an influence up top there of his calibre to drive the team forward. And maybe he will be given that sort of number 9 striking role. I doubt it, but it could happen. I'd like to see Rashford given the nod. Big T, hi Big T. He says starting 11. I've already given it earlier in the video, but I'd go for De Gea, Valencia, Bailey, Smalling, Shaw, Herrera, Pogba, Mata number 10, Mkhitaryan on the right, Martial on the left, and Marcus Rashford up top. But yeah, Alex Rincon says he won't be surprised to see Rooney start at number 9. I won't either, and to be honest, if he does start at number 9, I know I said I want Marcus Rashford to start, but if Rooney starts at number 9, I won't be thinking, oh no, we're not going to score any goals now. I'll be thinking, you get the ball into Rooney, he's got a good chance of putting it in the back of the net, He really is a great natural finisher as well. Maybe not right up there with the very best in the game, but certainly to a very good standard. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you guys for tuning into this live preview of the Chelsea game. I'll probably be bringing you a couple of other previews over the weekend, or, you know, just build up to the game, bit of analysis, bit of banter. So make sure you keep a lookout on the channel for those. But thank you very much for joining me, you 39 legends who are tuning in right now. You're complete legends. I've already said it, but you are. Anyway, so make sure you check back on the channel tomorrow. There'll be something coming up. And also, of course, on Sunday, the big game against Chelsea. I'll be doing a live stream match companion for that. So make sure you tune in for that. And also my usual Mr. Flying Pig HD match reaction afterwards. Anyway, thank you everybody for tuning in. You're a bunch of legends. Make sure you come back after this video has been published, actually, to comment, because I really appreciate you guys getting involved with the live chat here. But I'm using my phone to just do a live stream here. And they're popping up and they're disappearing, and, you know, I'm not getting a chance to read them all. So make sure you come back and comment on the video if you've got something you want me to see or reply to or comment on, etc. Make sure you do that. But thank you guys for tuning in. I'm going to go now. It's Friday night. Come on, my son. Get in there. We're battering those Chelsea tossers on Sunday. You better freaking believe it. I don't know what that noise was. Sunday, did I say Monday? Shit. Anyway, that's what I meant, Monday. Thank you very much for tuning in. Have yourself a good one, and I'll catch you very, very soon. Take it easy.